Yeah, I think this will most likely be my last pack. I'm not gonna guarantee it, but honestly, making these has become quite mentally draining for me, and yeah, I wanted to end this out with a bang. So yeah, this is the biggest pack I've made so far, and yeah, I thought it would be a great way to end it out with a bang. If this is the last one, which it probably will be, but I'm not guaranteeing it. So yeah, I will get started now. So first I have Africa. Oh, and I don't remember all of their inspirations. I'll say the ones I do remember. Like Ajay, I don't remember who he's inspired by, unfortunately, but if I do, I'll probably put it in a pinned comment. Akka, who I'm sure y'all are familiar with. There's a lot of old OCs that I brought back in here. So, yeah. Aleister. I'm sure you can guess where I got that name from. Amanda, I don't remember the exact Miis she was inspired by, but it was one of Anime Katrina 2021's Miis. Onguo, I hope I said that right, and I don't remember who this guy's inspired by either, unfortunately. I know he's inspired by someone. Aoife, this is one that I know people haven't seen for a long time. See it. Aoshi. Ariana. Arizona, who is the mix of Libra Warrior 2004's Miis Bao and Scarlet. Bari, who I'm sure y'all are familiar with. Blonde. I hope I said that right. I believe it's a Serbian name. I could be wrong. Brayden. Brett, who was inspired by the Weemy guy, why it teased me. Dan. Brigida, or Brigida, I don't know which one's right. It's a Portuguese. And I don't remember if she was inspired by anyone, but if she was, I will put in the comments. Breen or Bryn, I don't know. He was inspired by this one me from one of Adam Crossing's Wii music videos. Caroline, who's inspired by the Wii Me guy, why it teased me. Celia. Castiel, if I remember correctly, he was a mix of two me from Libra Warrior 2004. I think it was Goku and someone else. Don't remember who the someone else was. Oh yeah, Goku and Grayson, that's who they were. Catalina. Celestino, he is the mix of Juancho L and Raptor, who are two of the J-Pop Music's Miis. Chizuko, who I haven't shown off in a long time. Shonger, I hope I said that right, but he's inspired by a Rainbow Kappa's Mii. And here's a redesign for an old OC that I'm sure y'all remember, potentially. Clarita has a new design. So yeah. Clyde. Cyclone. Oh, sorry, I think my finger just got in the way, maybe. Dan, who's inspired by, I believe it was a Mii of Isabelle from Animal Crossing that was on, of course, Adam Crossing's channel. Denisa, who's inspired by the Wii Me guy, YT's Me, Eva, I believe. Diego, Duval, Earl, who's inspired by Herman Miller's Tylenol Me, Enya, who I'm sure some people remember at least. I believe she's the mix of Michelle Magnuson's Miis, Cavalli, and see here, Cavalli and Sydney? I don't remember. Electelm, who was inspired by a me from a Gex Ghetto that I can't remember the name of. Eliane, who also got a design upgrade from the last time I showed her. Enzo. Fatima, who's inspired by Gex Ghetto. This is me. Claudia. Farzan, who's inspired by someone, I don't remember exactly. Oh yeah, he was inspired by a Juancho, say, from the J. Paul music, I believe. Flavia, who you've probably seen in some of my Wii Music videos by now. Well, actually, yeah, she's been using some of my Wii Music videos. Flint, who is the mix of your local logo's me, Bertram, and the Wii Me Guy YT's me, Tempest. Freya, who, I don't know if anyone remembers her, but yeah. Gaku, who's inspired by that one me that was used by a Japanese police. I don't know, it was a pretty interesting case in my opinion, but yeah. Grace, Greenleaf, who was inspired by the J. Paul music's me, Claustro, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Greed, who I'm sure some people remember. Another old OC I brought back, Heejun. Hey, if you're wondering why she's named that, I believe it's Greenlandic. But anyway, she's inspired by your local logo is me. I believe her name was Emmy. Jose, who I'm sure people remember. Huda, who's inspired by the J. Paul music's Miis Stiata, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. Huijian, I've shown this guy off on Discord before a few times, but yeah. Humayra, Hussein, who's inspired by Libreware 2004's me, Crust. Von, or Juan, I don't know how to say this name, but she's inspired by, she's the mix of the J. Paul music's Miis, Lee and Ree. See it. Hyun, yeah. Ichigo. Igor, who's inspired by John from Wii Sports Resort Storm Island. Iriktak, who's the mix of Libreware 2004's Miis, Jazz and Rascal. Istanbul, not to be confused with Constantinople. Pfft, that was a terrible joke, I'm sorry. Okay, this one's not a reference to anything, I just happened to have an OC with this name before the character was revealed, so yeah, this is Jacko. Jagdish, who is the mix of two of Wii Me guys' Miis, whose names I do not remember, unfortunately. Jaime, I'm sure y'all know who she is, but for those who don't know, she was actually a randomized me I got in Face Flippers and We Party You. So yeah, Javier, I brought him back for these QR codes, so yeah. Julia, who's inspired by the Weenie Guy YT's me, Nara, I believe that's her name. Kier, I hope I said that right. And here's an old OC of mine that also got a redesign, Lilith. Ling Xin, who I believe is inspired by Gabby from Eric Goebel, if I remember correctly. Lizzie. Lovecraft. Lyra. This guy is probably one of my most forgettable ones, but yeah, this is Muhammad. I hope I said that name right. Yeah, he got redesigned. Maikia, who's inspired by a celestial kitsune's me. Okay, this one's actually pronounced differently because of where she's from, but this is Maria, who's inspired by a new cat's me, Chrono. Sorry for the camera shaking. Mayim. Meredith, who, as y'all know, is inspired by a beta version of Nick. Mia, who's inspired by the Weenie Guy YT's me, Bora. Mitch, who's inspired by Gex Ghetto's me, Hikaru. Mizuha. Mudrik, who is inspired by the Mr. Bean 35,000 VR me, of course. Natalia. Nevin, who's inspired by Sea Dragon Gamer 1928's me, well, not me, but OC Sukiya. Nicole, who was inspired by my friend Comet 404's me. This one I had to go off of memory because I believe she changed her icon, but yeah. No, who's inspired by Chatter's me. I think this one's pronounced Nipaim. Obelisk, who's inspired by the Weenie Guy YT's me, Justin. Ocean. Odku. Oi, who's inspired by Gex Ghetto's me, Tammy. Oleg. Oleana. Orda, who's the mix of Michelle Magnuson's me, Cody, and also Gamer Micah's me. Pacholi. Pascal, who's inspired by these Miis of Rhett and Link that Eric Goebel made. So yeah, Phyllis. Quentin, who is the mix of, I don't remember the name of that one Mii, the Wii Mii guy made, but it's a mix of Hurt and someone else, whose names I cannot remember. I believe this name's pronounced Queek. I could be wrong, but she's inspired by Michelle Magnuson's Mii of Lucy, who I'm surprised I haven't made a Mii inspired by yet. Yeah. Ramon, who's inspired by Sea Dragon Gamer 1928's avatar, and Rada, who's inspired by Sea Dragon Gamer 1928's OC Fua. Reese, Ren, Rifat, who's inspired by actually one of the Wii Mii guys, scrapped CPU Miis, being Oshan. Rika, Recare, who's inspired by Legendary Gamerland's Mii. Ricky, Rico, who's I don't remember who inspired him, unfortunately. It was two Miis. That's all I remember. Riley, Ramon, I hope I said that right, but he's inspired by Michelle Magnuson's Mii Sulu. Rin. No, she kind of looks like Trinity, but she's actually Ren's twin sister. Ronald. Kind of looks like Perenike, but no relation. Oops. Severine. I hope I said that right. She's inspired by Michelle Magnuson's Mii Estelle. And I accidentally spoiled him, but yeah, Sigurd's back with a new design. It's pretty similar to his original design, but yeah. Sonia, who's inspired by Libra Warrior 2004's Mii Orange. Sovan. Suzette. Don't worry about the eyes, okay? This name. But he's a mix of Libra Warrior 2004's Miis Hamoud and Sally. Tamara, who's inspired by a Mii that the Wii Mii guy made that I don't remember the name of. It started with N, that's all I remember. Terrence, whose face is honestly a mood. Taya, who has gotten a redesign. Tuxia, I think that's how you say it. She's inspired by the Wii Mii guy YT's Mikata. Valerie, or Valerie, because where she's from, which you'll see later. Vitek, I hope I said that right. Wu Ying, who's inspired by Michelle Magnuson's Mii Aoi. Saime, once again, don't worry about the eyes. Olaf and Anton are the only troublemakers with those eyes. Xenia, shoutouts to New Cat for suggesting this name. This name, Zakenda, I think is how you say it. He's a mix of Wii Mii Cat YT's Mii's Vernon and Sora. There we go. Tabai, I hope I said that right, but she's inspired by Michelle Magnuson's Mii Camila. Yasi, who's the mix of Leroy 2004's me Muffet and Michelle Magnuson's me Pavlo. This next one, I don't know if anyone remembers her, but it's Yuki. Zavid, who's inspired by the Weemy Guy YT's me Oakley. And finally, Zopa, who's the mix of Michelle Magnuson's me Pata Skeva, I believe her name is, and Gex Ghetto's me Jennifer. And that's all of them.